Hey everyone, I'm here with a quick video on Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry came out the other day. He did a podcast with Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer has her own podcast, and he wanted to address the people that wanted to talk about his latest work, Divorce in Black, which is currently airing on Prime. Now, Amazon Prime. Now, let me tell you something about Amazon Prime. It's not a free streaming system. You have to actually pay for it, okay? And the only way you're going to get to watch anything on it is either you have your own subscription or you know someone that does. So therefore, on that note, I did watch Divorce in Black. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. And to me, it was predictable, but I support it. And no matter what I have an opinion on, I will have my opinion, but that my opinion doesn't mean that I'm not going to support and I'm just going to, everything you do, bash it forever. But just like you have a right to put out your work, I have a right to have my opinion about your work. There's plenty of stores where I could buy clothes from, in this world. And I can decide which store I like to purchase my clothes from. And if there's a store where I just happen to not like what they're putting out there, I have a right to say it, okay? And without somebody calling me a name just because I don't like their work. So Tyler Perry wanted to address, okay, he took it to heart. He was mad that people were saying that his characters seem to be always the same. A Black woman in distress, a Black woman that can't get a man and keep a man, a Black woman that if she does have a man, the man is either doing her dirty, cheating on her, beating her down, or leaving her like a damsel in distress. Okay, so it's a similar, type of character for a female. And many people are saying, well, Lifetime does things over and over again, and y'all watch it over and over again. Well, the point is that there are not too many producers out there that tells our stories and helps us with our cultural and giving us stuff that comes out that we can connect to and we would like to see. So I think all the people are saying is you have the ability to put out there some different good work about the culture. We like you. We're going to support you. And initially it was a kiki and a ha, but now they're saying we're kind of tired, and people have the right to say that, right? We're tired of seeing the same narrative over and over again. And you don't have to get overly sensitive and start calling the people names just because they put out their opinion. Listen, people disagree with me all the time. I don't come back and say, y'all big, dummy, stupid, this, that, that, and the other, and y'all don't get, listen, but I will, because, I like to mess with the people. I will be like, yeah, I told y'all that. I said that 7 days ago. I said that 5 days ago. I like to do that because that's what I do, right? But but I would never sit there and call y'all names. That is insane. That is crazy. So he's receiving backlash now because people are saying he used a very dated racial term about his own people, and it was too much, too far, and it was not necessary. So let's go ahead and get right into this story. So Tyler Perry sparked backlash for calling critics highbrow with dated racial term. Okay, so Tyler Perry is sparking backlash for calling his critics highbrow with a dated racial term used to describe Black people. The movie mogul addressed criticism of his films on the Baby This Is Keke Palmer podcast, telling host Keke Palmer that a large portion of my fans are disenfranchised, who cannot get in the Volvo and go to therapy on the weekend. Let me talk about that section right there, right? And that just tells you how far off he is, right? So now I don't care if you have Medicare, Medicaid, Obamacare, if you have any type of insurance, you will have access to seeing a therapist. And now no one has to get in their car, use their feet, get on a bus, a train, or a plane to see said therapist, because a lot of doctors now are accessible to you via a Zoom. And especially you can do therapy via a Zoom. And there's not too many therapists that I know, whether you have money or don't have money, that physically work on the weekends. They may be on call, so if you have an emergency, you can have access to them on the weekend. But I don't know too many that physically do weekend hours. And if they do, they may do some Saturday morning hours, but definitely not Sundays. For him to say can't get into their Volvo and go to therapy on the weekend, wake up and come to our world, Tyler Perry. He used the example of a highbrow, and he called this Negroes critic who is all up in the air with his nose up, looking at everything, asking critics, "Who are you to be able to say which Black story is important or should be told? Get out of here with that." Well, when you are in the business of entertainment, are you in the business of selling a good? The consumers always kind of direct what they want and what they need. If you know that everybody loves sneakers, then and you a shoe store, then it would be smart of you to sell sneakers because that's what is selling right now. And everybody, there's always a target audience. And maybe what he should have said to the people, well, you perhaps may not be my target audience if you don't like what I'm putting out there, but my target audience is not tired of it. And so therefore, I'm going to continue to make product that is focused to my target audience. So it's, there's this old saying about it's not what you say, but it's how you say it, right? So Tyler Perry, rise up and get a publicist, because you could be a billionaire, but that doesn't mean that you still shouldn't have a team around you. You should have a publicist next to you, a lawyer, especially if you have if you are one of those that just, it comes in your head and then it just slips out on your tongue and you got to backtrack it later. Perry continued contrasting his fans against his critics. Then you got people like where I come from and me, who are grinders, who really know what it's like, whose mothers were caregivers for white kids and were maids, housekeepers, beauticians. Don't discount these people and say their stories don't matter. I don't think anyone's saying the stories don't matter. I think what they're saying, Tyler Perry, is they're tired of hearing those stories because we have now evolved just a tad bit where a lot of us are going to school. A lot of us have started our own business. A lot of us work in corporate America. A lot of us are in manager roles. A lot of us have been on our jobs 10, 15 years and we like it there and we're doing well. So there's more story to tell than to go back to the time of when we were just housekeepers. And there's a lot of people where they're no longer housekeepers. They actually own their own cleaning business. We're just asking you, Tyler Perry, to arrive to where we are in 2024 and maybe stop going back in time to where our mothers were caregivers and housekeepers. And first of all, beauticians now, hairstylists, these people are making, when they're at the top of their game, these people are making 100 to 200 to probably $300,000 a year, because a lot of them creating their own hair products, which is a billion-dollar industry. They're making their own wigs. So wake up, Tyler, and come into 2024. And when you come get out the door, we'll meet you at the door and let you in and see this whole new world that the Black people are experiencing. The backlash from Perry's podcast comments was swift. Preston Mitchum, who stars on Bravo's Summer House, Martha Vineyard, and is a frequent commentator on racial issues, challenged the industry titan. Yes, because writing and producing a movie where a Black woman from a small town cheated on her husband, acquired HIV, then ended up physically disabled is absolutely the groundbreaking Black story we need to see, Mitchum wrote on X, while adding that Perry is a literal billionaire and calling us highbrow, which is just crazy, right? So Mitchum's comments appear to be in reference to Perry's controversial 2013 film, Temptation, Confessions of a Marriage Counselor. Other X users chided Perry's comments, writing that the moment you need to call your critics names is the moment you start proving that they're probably right. So let me go ahead and play this news clipping. Let's get into this.
Tried everything. No peace to be found. You have taught me since I was a little girl to be a good wife. You think you can stop? That boy put his hands on you. But what happens when that's not enough?
Ava is determined to save her marriage to Dallas until fate intervenes and she finds out Dallas's wicked deeds that have trashed their marriage.
Tyler Perry's Divorced in the Black, not a comedy, coming to Prime Video July 11th as Gino joins us via Skype this morning. You had the chance to sit down with a number of the stars of the film.
That's right. Megan Good was the star of this movie. And, you know, you see some of those scenes, not even showing you some of the more intense scenes of being a battered wife. But I'm always curious, you know, how, you're an actress, you're going through that. Does it affect you? Beforehand, during, and after intense scenes like we see?
You know, you just got to go there. You got to find the truth. The honesty, the authenticity. You do want to service the character. You do want people to be able to see themselves and feel empowered and to feel loved and to feel worthy and to feel strengthened, you know, like I can do this, you know, and for me, it's just, you know, you go into it and you feel it, you experience it. Sometimes when you come out, it takes you a minute. Other times it doesn't, you know, but just making sure that it's as honest as possible. And for sure, there's moments where it can definitely be challenging, but it's also very gratifying because you know that someone's going to see this and is going to break free because of it.
It's well said.
Yeah, what an inspirational message to be able to do that.
Tyler Perry wrote, directed, and produced this movie. Did they talk about what it was like working with such a legend, Gino?
Well, Corey Hardrick, we were talking about the fact that Tyler Perry works like no one else.
Yeah.
No one makes movies quicker and gets them out quicker than Tyler Perry, and we talked about that. People don't know how movies are made. People don't work like Tyler Perry works. He works fast, does he not?
Works fast. Yes, he works really fast, but it's of high quality and it's effective fast. You know, it's just like he doesn't cheat the process of what he gives you in quality. It's just, you know, a lot of downtime gets eliminated by like not walking all the way to your trailer or not taking these big breaks. They'll bring it all to you, you know, so we can just kind of knock it out. But I like that pacing and rhythm because you stay in it, you know, and you're locked in all the way. It's like old school guerrilla filmmaking, you know, kind of sort. And I come from that world as well. And I feel like you get some of your best creative out of that. So I love it. I love it.
Megan, what's the best advice he gave you on the set?
Oh, let the walls down. Because I think, you know, just growing up in this business, you do create certain walls to kind of protect yourself. And then also with that, you know, sometimes those things get implemented into the character because they're a part of you. And so what he really encouraged me to do was, you know, in this one particular moment, especially the moment where Dallas was, you know, came into the house and she was like, this is my home. He was like, okay, let the wall down, let the ego down, lay it bare. And then now that you're there, attack it from the most honest place.
Ooh,
and I saw something, and something different came out of me. And the first time it happened, I was like, okay, did that work? You know, and then I did it a second time and I was just like, okay, that works.
It gives me chills just hearing how much she's transformed, you know, into that character.
Where is this available, Gino?
It's on Amazon starting tomorrow, I believe. And, you know, it is really tough to watch something like this. But if someone is going through this in their life, it might encourage them to get some help, which is what I hope.
Wonderful to hear that message. Absolutely. Gino, thanks for.
So it's interesting seeing their interview. Mitchell Collins appeared to be in reference to Perry's controversial, I think I read this, 2013 film, Temptation, Confessions of a Marriage Counselor. Other ex-users chimed in. I think I read that already. Another said that his movies paint successful women as unwanted and waiting to be saved. I just don't like his work. And so it's okay to say that someone is just not your cup of tea. It's not the end all be all. And I learned even with doing YouTube, you got to learn to take the good with the bad. And as long as nobody's coming at your neck, you know, some people get very disrespectful. As long as no one's not coming at your neck, calling you names, being extremely disrespectful and disruptive, you know, it's like it is what it is. If you truly know, because Tyler mentioned this, that this is where God placed you, this is what you're supposed to be doing, then let the critics say what they want. And you just come back and say, listen, I'm making this for people that I know like this type of work and they're watching it, because Rotten Tomatoes gave him a 0%, but the people gave him 77%. So listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. I'm also, though, one of these individuals where I never did like how some people want to say, "Yo, that's my B, that's my this, that's my that." I never called any one of my friends that's my B, and fill in the rest of that, right? And I don't like the way we loosely use the N word, because I think it's been so derogatory and degrading to our culture as a whole historically, that I don't like the way they put it in music. I don't like the way we freely use it. And I believe, this is just diva, nobody else has to connect to this. I believe that other cultures don't traditionally use words that was hurtful to their to their group as a whole over centuries, that they just go around calling each other that and think that is cool and okay. So if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Chat with me, I will chat back. Don't forget, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.